Gemini, hi there, this is Kim with your reading. I hope you guys are doing really good tonight. Thank you for joining me, or during the day, whenever you're watching this. I'm filming this at night under this beautiful red light so that you can see this beautiful deck. It was a gift to the channel. I've had it for a little while, just never really been able to figure out how to get it to be viewed nicely because the cards are shimmery, shiny, and so the red light, it works so much better than a I even tried a different light. I ordered a ultraviolet light thinking it would work with that, and it didn't, but the red works very well, so we're going to use it. This is going to be a general reading, but I'm going to pull out love messages for you too in it, as well as try to get it to apply to different things here for everybody. All right, let's light some Palo Santo. The song that came on right before this read was Imagine Dragons. I really don't know this song that well. Like, so I don't know the words to tell you, but I do know the chorus part is you make me a believer. You make me a believer. Like something like I was broken from a young age. Tired of not saying anything. Like, so this person's about to say something. I don't know. I feel like this is you. Like that you actually make somebody a believer. Just because of how you're able to pull through. Or the way in which you inspire. All right, so you make somebody a believer. Beautiful message here. Let's go ahead and get this shuffle going. And during the shuffle, I want to thank you for showing up and subscribing to this channel, keeping it going. I appreciate your likes and your comments. If you would like a private reading, I offer those. 3 different prices. They're recorded readings. They're fairly priced too, I think. And you just tell me what you want to know in the notes when you check out, and make sure you add my email to your contact list, and then it will go straight into your inbox. Okay, with all that being said, angels, spirit guides, please guide us. Please guide these energies through my heart, through my throat chakra here to be expressed to the sign of Gemini. The sign of Gemini, please. Messages for Gemini. Oh, and we're going to pull a Celtic cross. I forgot to mention that part. We're going to pull Celtic cross. Make me a believer. Ooh, I guess it's an old song. I was broken from a young age. Da, 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 da. The moon wanting to fly out. Some kind of well, that's exciting, mysterious change to me. And then a few other cards wanting to fly out. I have 2 Wands reversed. The Empress. King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. I'm going to hold off on my interpretation on that for a second. Oh, let's just go ahead and get the spread out, and then right, so, oh, good. Well, look, okay, fantastic, because the bottom of the deck has the same underlying issue that Libra had, which is freeing your mind. Like, we're not trapped in the mind and the limitations that anxious thoughts can give us. There's no saying, like, you may have a thought that comes through your mind that says something negative, or that even tells you, well, you can't do that, you can't do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this. And then it's like immediately as that thought enters, it just goes, and you just watch it. You become the observer. You just watch that thought go. And that, in a sense, you're freeing yourself from your thoughts being able to control or limit you. Lovers in the reverse. I was getting the feeling that that King of Cups in the reverse might be you breaking it off with somebody that has like a temper problem, an anger problem, or a, you know, imbalanced mood. They may show you a lot of signs that they can't focus, and you may be breaking it off with this person. You have a soulmate energy coming in. So Just to let you know, you have a soulmate energy coming in. You're going to invest in yourself. Oh, wow. Yes. Okay, well, we're really bossing up. You are really bossing up. All right, based on this spread, you are bossing up. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, I love how these cards are. They're so pretty. All right, so something here switched. Ooh, feels like a timeline switch to me. Feels like a timeline switch. This is the Fortuna card, which is the Wheel of Fortune card. It really feels like a timeline switch, though, where we have concentrated on the fact that we're wanting some goodness in our lives, and we're wanting to see this season of something new. It's the right timing, and of course it's the right timing for some type of luck or fortune to come into your life at this time. It is the right timing. Now, you probably felt this. Let's keep going. I want to see a little bit more about this past situation that got us. It's like it got you rolling into maybe a new direction. Here's my lotion, I think. Okay. Tell me about this Fortuna, or the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about this past. Gemini. Okay, it showed you what to invest in and what not to invest in anymore. All right, if more than anything, it showed you a lesson that you didn't have to repeat, I think. All right, and somebody that you're not bound to, and that you don't feel guilty about not being bound to them or to this company or to, you know, whatever it is that you felt was limiting you. You're seeing it as, okay, well, this is a lesson learned of not needing to invest in this particular person or situation. Tell me more about that. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Official person in the reverse. This is somebody that is one of those people that comes into our lives where they like to act like they know it all, or they have every single answer. They want to be more official or act more official. They want to puff their chest out a little bit more, and it's really because of their own insecurities. They kind of know that they're doing this though too. I see you like not moving forward or investing in this person or in this situation, because you, like, I feel like you can see through this bullshit, and you see this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Maybe at one time you're like, maybe they know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Being really nice. And then something just opens our eyes and we're like, no, they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so then, because then I have the Lovers in the reverse. And so the Lovers in the reverse, yeah, you're not, it's the same thing as the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, where we're not going to make that mistake of going down the same. It's like this timeline that you already see. You want a new timeline, and so therefore I can't go in the same direction with the same person, because it's just going to lead me to the same disappointing outcome. Okay, and there's a need to be really firm in that. There's a need to be really firm in your, not only your boundaries, but in with the King of it's the King of Keys, which is King of Swords. It is the challenge. So you being like, no, it's this, and I mean it, and not wavering, not giving in to this person or this situation. Like, it's that. It's about that. And also, there's something about this other path. If you resonate with this being like at a crossroads before, where we may have felt like it was our own self-discipline that got in the way of us achieving a goal, then this is about choosing the different path, the one that leads you to more self-discipline and dedication and determination, like more than ever right now, so that you can get this outcome where you're investing in yourself and you're asserting yourself and bossing up as the Emperor. Because you have the information. You have the information. You are the professional. Some of you also might resonate with hiring a professional, a lawyer, or somebody that really knows their stuff to help you from a past decision that was like regretful. I don't know any other way to say that. You know what I mean? Somebody that's like, okay, like because of learning, like you've learned a lesson here with something. I feel like there's some disappointment, there's some sadness. Maybe there's disappointment in ourselves. I don't know. Maybe it was a run-in with authority with that. But it has to do with something that you're going to rectify, right, or fix, and that's only for a small portion of people. The heart of the matter is your Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is when I feel like there's like an off balance, but it comes with reciprocity of exchange in energy. Whether that energy be something tangible, like financial, like somebody owes you because you've kept on giving and giving, and they just constantly always owed you, or if it's your like heart, because this is the heart of the matter. So it could be like just constantly giving, and then the reciprocity just not being there. And so there's an imbalance, or the heart space is feeling that there was something that was off balance here. So let me get something to clarify that. Heart space. The Hierophant in the world in reverse. So whatever was off balance was not a good partnership for you. It's like it's deciding with the Hierophant in the reverse that it's time to cut ties. It's time to break soul contracts. It's cord cutting time. The world in reverse might suggest that this is still going on at this moment, where you're wrapping up a cycle currently. You already feel the energy of a new cycle coming in because of it showing up in the past. However, that might be still what is balancing out for you, having to do with partnerships, commitment, pulling in a soulmate energy, a real soulmate energy. Not that that one wasn't a soulmate. I mean, maybe they were there for some sort of lesson, maybe to let you know what you do, what you deserve. Give me something with the Kipper on the issue with the Lovers in the reverse. The child. Marriage in the reverse. So there may be a child involved here with the breaking of a commitment or a marriage coming apart, or something. It can also have to do with the new beginning wanting to happen, or a spirit child wanting to come through actually here too. Of course, this split or this break is affecting a child or a younger energy. Tell me more about this. Lovers reverse child. So get another card that says a breaking of a relationship, time to go separate ways. Four of Wands in the reverse. It's just another, it's that the path is changing, and who you pledge your allegiance to is changing too. That's what I see with that. All right, let's just move on. It's a rather heavy energy here, Gemini. It is. And I know you feel that, because I have the Nine of Swords or the Nine of Keys as your feelings. So your feeling in this issue or situation is that there's a lot of anxiety and worry. There's also a feeling of sometimes things feel hopeless, right? And, well, I guess I'm here to lift up your spirits on that. Because this can be, where we're having depression or anxiety or something like that coming into our existence, especially when a path is changing. I'm listening to an audiobook right now. I'm listening to an audiobook. It's called Pachita, with this neurophysiologist named Jacobo Grinberg. And he always states a lot throughout the book about how every time, and he does in his other books too, he says the same thing about how when a new experience is about to enter his life, and usually something really cool and mystical, and with his life story, oh my goodness, he's got a lot of crazy mystical experiences, but whenever something was about to change and he was about to get a new experience almost like granted to him, it would say that God would always test him. in some way. You would always be tested. And I think that that's what this is almost saying, is that like this might be a test of your mind at this time and of your thoughts. Underlying issue is to free yourself from these thoughts. So we let them come in and then we let them pass. We don't give extra attention to them, especially if they're negative or if they're more so about the things that we can't change. Then, you know, because I see a person, really I see like energy that's trying to search for a solution in a time where there's just so much change going on. And that the test is going to be probably your optimism at this time. So give me more on how you're feeling. Three Cups reverse. Well, that's funny because in your environment I have the Three of Cups, but I have the Three of Cups reversed as to how you're feeling. This is like literally saying that you could have people around you, friends maybe even, that want to celebrate with you, maybe your singleness right now because of this stuff. And you being like, I don't want to celebrate right yet. I know it's a time for abundance and stuff like that and dancing, but there's disappointment and there's in a way a grieving and a loss or sorrow feeling due to what just didn't work out. It's the opposite of the energy in the environment. That's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. You're not feeling like celebrating. You're feeling like these emotions are really tough. Like these are heavy. Like going from one extreme to another type of heavy. Tell me more about how Gemini's feeling. Imprisonment. Maybe something to do with residence and being worried about residence, a place of residence or dwelling, because of some type. You could be feeling like you're around these other energies that are not a good influence for you. The imprisonment is usually talking about, especially in tarot, is definitely talking about being trapped in our mind. I don't see the cards that mean escapism. I actually see the opposite of it. I see like somebody that has chosen not to choose escapism or drinking or, you know what I mean, any kind of addiction to it. It doesn't have to be an addiction just to drink, right? But if you're using it to escape feeling something, it almost gives off the vibe of saying, no, I don't really want to do that. I want to face this, but then being like, oh my God, this is facing this is hard. Facing these things is hard. Okay. Captain of the Heart is coming through as a song. Captain of the Heart, do 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 do. That's why. Gonna another day for. That's what Spirit's trying to say with how you're feeling right now. Let the captain be your heart, not your thoughts. That will help. Let the captain of your experience be your heart, not your thoughts. So let me dive into this environmental thing going on with the Three of Cups and find out what's this about. Almost like somebody's mirroring the exact opposite to you. Page of Swords. Definitely a connection here. Mind-body connection. people are talking, what people are saying. What is your mind saying to you? How are you interpreting it? How do you interpret the like, how is your body feeling around certain people? And then accurately interpreting that. There is this challenging energy of self-reliance, independence, entrepreneurship, and a big win. Overcoming obstacles and challenges with the 5 of Wands in the reverse. People are talking. Distant horizons and a message. Okay, so this is about good news. Look, okay, yeah, beautiful. This is about good news coming to you. It is, because this is what I'm saying, is that there is a message, as the Page of Swords could be the news delivered to you. It is coming. Maybe it's in the mail, it's in the environment, you know what I mean? But it's coming to you. It's going to be a message here. It helps you figure out how you're going to get the funds that you're currently worried about, that will help you move forward. Maybe travel, maybe a move, maybe the new residence, something like that. There's going to be news of a huge financial gain and windfall, and your efforts required. But I think that you're like going to be like, well, yeah, I mean, I'm all in. I've got to put in effort, right? And your emotions are healing. You have the 5 to the 6 to the 7. And the 7 of Cups here is in the reverse. So like I said, I don't feel like you're escaping things. I feel like you're saying things clearly. And yeah, sometimes that puts us in like the hardest part. And it feels like that Jacobo person, like saying like, this might be the challenge. Is, can you face something like this clearly? Can you see something and feel something clearly and conquer it or transcend it? You're pulling in a soulmate energy here, or do you have a new connection that comes in that's going to be associated with making really nice, good memories here in the future? Because the 6 of Cups is a future energy with you all, I really do think that this has to do with, if it's a past relationship, then it has to do with like a past lifetime relationship. So I think this card is about making those good, happy memories and good connections with people, soul family, soul connections, and having a remembrance that there's some type of tie that you have to these people. They're part of this journey. It's like so it's like they're part of a journey of seeing things clearly, same as you. Maybe slightly different experience, but same as you. That's interesting. It is a Scorpio card, but the sun is being represented up here by this. I've never seen it like that before. So, on your way on this journey and seeing things clearly. Tell me more about this 6 of Cups. Oh, we're waiting. Oh, and we're playing. So the Hermit and the Hangman, both very Virgo-like energies where we are going within. We're reflecting and we're seeing things from a new perspective, we're getting a different point of view. We're enlightened in some way and we're able to look back at the past. And we have this lantern though, so we're still able to extract this light from ourselves and allow our own light to guide us on this journey, on this trip. This is an enlightened being who sees the sacrifices in the journey. Even the ones of not escaping a situation, feeling it and letting these thoughts come and go as they please, and just observing them. Okay? Tell me more about this. What were we waiting on? I feel like Spirit is going to have you in a certain place. in a certain time for this connection to manifest. Maybe something is going to be made official. Somebody wants to come together with you. Courtship, it's in the reverse though. So this might be where we're hanging it. It's like, hey, okay, it's not waiting on a particular person. What I'm getting more so is the energy of somebody that's like, I've been through all this crap. Now I know that I'm going to wait until I know for sure that this is the energy that you, when you meet a person, that this is who you want to invest in, or that these people or company or friend group is who you want to invest in. Like knowing for sure before you come together, before you seal a deal. It's like waiting to know for sure because of this new perspective of, I'm not going to jump into something really quick. That's what I'm getting. Is I'm just not going to jump into something really quick. There's also these energies coming in of soul. Because when I see the sun here, soul family, soul group, I'm thinking of generosity and of somebody like helping another person because of connections. It's going to provide more opportunity, like a lot more opportunities here in the future. I'm not going to go over the Five of Cups too much because I feel like these are the emotions that we're trying to mull through, and I'll let you mull through them. You know, I'll just let you mull through them. All right, so seeing things clearly, being careful with the choice, like being very careful, choosing wisely, who we let in, who we give our cup of love to, right? And there's the Emperor and the Ace of Talismans in the reverse, or the Ace of Pentacle in the reverse. So this is about investing in yourself and how it pays off. Okay, you have the authority. You are this Emperor, this beautiful Emperor energy that is above all kings. So I would see a lot of action here for you with this outcome of your investment in yourself absolutely paying off big time. And you'd be making some big moves. This Emperor, he builds empires, you know. It's not just a business, like it's building empires. Tell me about more. Tell me about more about this Emperor. Give me more. The Queen of Cups. Also investing in your own self-love, care, compassion, dealing with these emotions. I feel like there's a little bit of being cautious with the Queen of Wands here in the reverse. I think it's more about being cautious about who you're going to put your stick your head in the fire for, you know what I mean? Like who you're going to do that for, who you're not going to do that for. I think there's going to be a lot more investing in yourself, in the self-care, you know what I mean? The Nine of Wands, persistence, never giving up. It is the wounded soldier that didn't give up ever on themselves, ever. They're just more cautious. With this Queen of Wands reverse, is just a little bit more cautious. Because even the Emperor is going to be cautious about, they can certainly win just about any battle that they go into. But they're not going to choose to fight every battle. They're going to be very wise about what and who. They wouldn't waste their time, basically, is what I'm getting. So they wouldn't waste their time. It's taking you a while to get to where you are. Things weren't just given or handed at this point. Privileged lady in the reverse. And you have somebody really thinking of you. Could be some type of telepathic bond that you have. It may be this other, like that might be tied to the energy here in the past that I have with the Fortuna card. That somebody sees that you did or you built this Emperor energy to yourself, this boss up energy, from not having much of anything, from having a lot of disappointment, sadness, regret, and you built it from that, and therefore you've caught the heart and the mind of somebody really important here. I feel like this is a soulmate energy for a lot of you all, and if it's not having to do with love, then it pertains with somebody that sees what you can build. They see this. They want to invest in you. You want to invest in you. Let me get another deck really quick. Just just really curious to see. I want to know more about what they want to, what is this news, good news coming, and what is this investment coming your way for Gemini. And handling something with grace, you know, handling, if there's something that you're still, it's like that Elton John song. I think it's Elton John. I'm still standing. Dun, 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 dun. You're still standing. Somebody sees that you're still standing, and that's kind of amazing that you're still standing after what you've been through. There's the Woman card, 29. I'm still standing. Coffin. Could it, if you're the woman, or this is the woman that you've ended it with, there's hope. Oh, they're saying, look, there's an ending for sure that you're going through because of all these other cards. But here's the hope card, and this represents, in the Kipper, this is kind of like the star card, but it is a physical manifestation. It's bringing hope, renewal, and healing after there was a pretty tough ending. You're being viewed as somebody who's highly honored and respected. Maybe your rank there in spiritual is really high. You know what I mean? Maybe you're a very high rank spiritual being. Earth angel like energy. And it's time for you to manifest. It's time for you to manifest. And what are you manifesting? Change. And here's that wealthy person. I feel like somebody wants to invest in you. I really do. Coming your way here in the future. Rich gentleman. And then change. This is it. This is the hope. This is what you're needing to see or hear right now. That there is change coming and there is hope. Yeah, that's what I got for you, Gemini. Let's pull one of these angel number messages and close out this beautiful reading for you. I love this reading. This is a good reading. I saw that one in the beginning. 28, the leader. I'm a leader card. In an effort to accomplish great things, you recognize the value of working with others. You make a capable, compassionate leader who can bring people together, drive a team towards achievements. I am a leader, 28. And then 777, and that's the lucky number, right? It's a jackpot. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. So there's a peace, a state of peace and calmness in your soul to know that you are in flow. 777, I am in flow. And I'm sending you love and light. Bye-bye.